guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys saw from my last video, you would know that I'm pregnant, and if you read the title of this video, you would know that I'm going to do a pregnancy Q&A and answer questions that you guys have for me about this pregnancy. I asked you guys to ask me questions over on Instagram, and without any long extra introduction, I'm just going to start answering some of them. Okay, the most asked question is how many weeks are you? So I'm going to answer that first. I feel like this is also because I was posting my trying to conceive journey on Instagram and TikTok. But if you guys saw those, I was posting in October testing, and then I stopped and I said I wasn't gonna test in November because we were moving. That is all true. I did not lie to you guys, I promise. Okay, in October I did end up getting my period in like 2 weeks, like a week and a half maybe. I don't even remember, it was so long ago. I got it after I posted videos about my period being late, which is true, it was late. But my periods have never been regular since having Cohen, which is exactly what I said in my videos before when I was taking tests to like track my cycle before we were trying to conceive. But yeah, so my cycles have not been regular, so my period being late definitely didn't mean pregnancy. I knew that it didn't mean pregnancy. I was just hopeful it did. I did end up getting my period. I wasn't gonna post about just getting my period because it felt a little weird. Anyways, I did not get pregnant in October. I got pregnant the first-ish week of November, which is funny because I said I wasn't gonna be tracking in November just because we were moving, and it was so crazy. Like, I had to pack the entire apartment because Dante was working, and then I had the kids. So like I was forgetting to take like my ovulation tests every single day. So I just said that it wasn't, you know, worth it. I was just gonna wait, and if I didn't get pregnant this month, then that's okay. It was only like the first handful of months of trying. I wasn't too worried about it. So then I packed them away and I got pregnant the first week of November, which is super weird because I should not have been ovulating yet. Yep, shouldn't have been ovulating yet, but yes, so I did. I'm approximately, from my last period was October 22nd, so I'm approximately 6-ish weeks pregnant. I do have an ultrasound scheduled that I'm going for that'll tell us this week. But yeah, I'd love to know how you found out since you weren't tracking that during your move. Honestly, really funny story. Dante was leaving for work a handful of days after we moved in here, and he asked me if I knew when I was ovulating, and I said no because I obviously wasn't tracking, and it made me want to take an ovulation test. So that's exactly what I did. I went upstairs, I grabbed the box, and I took an ovulation test, and it was dark. And I mean like really, really dark. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna ovulate soon, or my period's coming, or who knows, right? So I was like, for funsies, I'm gonna take a pregnancy test just in case. It's because, you know, like they say like your ovulation test can be really dark if you're pregnant. I was like, oh, for funsies, I'm gonna take this test. And lo and behold, it was positive. Do you have your reaction on camera? I do. That is probably gonna be like one of the next videos along with Dante's reaction. I was shocked because if you guys saw my trying to conceive history with, like, I didn't really show it much with Jackson, but I did talk about it. It took like 1.5 years to get pregnant with him, and with Cohen it took, I don't even remember. I honestly don't even remember. But there was losses and it was rough, so I didn't expect it to be this easy this time. Do you think not tracking / going crazy over TTC changed anything? Honestly, for me, no. I don't really get that stressed out during like the taking tests. I kind of think that they're fun to like watch the lines get darker and whatever else. I do, like, as you get more through the months of trying, I find myself getting more drained because I just want it so bad. But with this cycle specifically, and this pregnancy specifically, we weren't trying for as long as we did with the other ones. I think it was literally like 3 months. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really that long. So I'm not really like, I wasn't really stressed out when I was taking the other tests. So I really don't think it had any difference like with me specifically. Do you want more kids, or will this baby be the last? I would love to say that it's the last. We really, really think it's the last, but I also said that with Cohen. And well, you see how that turned out, but I think we're just gonna wait till the baby's here to really decide anything and just see how we feel, because we decided that like Cohen was gonna be our last baby before he was here, and then once he was here we were like, wait, I don't feel like this is finished. So I think we're gonna wait and see how we feel after the baby's here. When do you get to see the baby on the ultrasound? Congrats, by the way. Thank you so much. And we get to see the baby on the ultrasound on December 7th. I'm super excited. It is this week. It is this Thursday, I believe. I'm really excited, but I'm also like a little bit nervous. I feel like there's something really nerve-wracking about that first ultrasound, but it'll be fine. How are you feeling so far? Honestly, I'm feeling really good. There's like some times where like I'm really nauseous. It's usually at night though. But it's definitely not anywhere close to where I was like when I was pregnant with Cohen, where I was like sick from literally like a handful of days after I found out right up until I gave birth. And I'm really hoping it stays that way because Cohen's pregnancy would have been the death of me. Do you know your due date and are you going to document this pregnancy? I have an idea of my due date. It's the end of July, just based off like my last missed period. I won't really know anything until the 7th when I have that ultrasound. And as for documenting the pregnancy, yes, because I document like my life here. I try to do daily vlogs, but life gets a little busy. We are getting back into that, so there's that. But because I do daily vlogs, yes, I'll probably end up documenting the pregnancy. It's also something I'm really glad I have with Cohen because I have those memories to look back on that I didn't do with Jackson because we were so nervous with him after everything that happened with Levi that I wish I had. So even if I like didn't post anything, I'd probably still document it. Do you think you'll have another boy? Honestly, I've got 3 boys. Probably it'll be another boy. It just seems to be the way it goes. Probably. Do you think you'll have another boy? Honestly, probably. I have 3 already. What's 1 more boy? But I don't really have like a gut feeling yet, if that's what you're asking, to know like what I think the gender is, but it's probably a boy. When did you find out you were pregnant? So exciting. I found out on November 18th. Yeah, not that long ago. Are you currently having any cravings? Honestly, not really. I find that I'm a little bit snackier, but it's like the snacks that I would normally eat. Or I'm more nauseous where like I don't want anything. I don't really have like anything specific that I want like right away. At the moment, I did, before I found out I was pregnant, go on this like Caesar salad kick where all I wanted to eat was Caesar salad. It was all I ate. And that's like before I even knew. And then once I found out, I was like, wait, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. When did you find out you were pregnant? So exciting. I found out on November 18th. Yeah, not that long ago. Are you currently having any cravings? Honestly, not really. I find that I'm a little bit snackier, but it's like the snacks that I would normally eat. Or I'm more nauseous where like I don't want anything. I don't really have like anything specific that I want like right away. At the moment, I did, before I found out I was pregnant, go on this like Caesar salad kick where all I wanted to eat was Caesar salad. It was all I ate. And that's like before I even knew. And then once I found out, I was like, wait, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Have you told the boys you're pregnant? How did they react? Cohen's a year old, so it really doesn't make a difference to him. He really doesn't like understand what like a new baby would mean. Jackson, however, would understand. I think he's gonna be 3 in a handful of weeks. And I did not tell him yet, actually, because I didn't want him to say it on a vlog, or like tell people before we had told people. So he actually doesn't really know that we're having another baby yet. So I guess I'm gonna have to tell him soon, actually. I don't know. I don't really know if he's like, I think he'll understand like once he starts seeing the bump, but I don't think he's gonna fully understand what it means when I say it. Like, I think he'll get it more once I have a big bump, because I had a big bump with Cohen. But at the same time, I don't know if he's gonna understand because Cohen went to the NICU and then came back. So I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this Q&A. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, join our family, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye, guys.